Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Nightwing and Aresonal. This is part 1 of the Titans Build-A-Figure wave for Beast Boy. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. We'll start with Aresonal first. Front of the box, this side, the back, which I really like the look of Beast Boy. The other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at Nightwing on here. This side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, we do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like for Aresonal. The back of the card. And then for Nightwing, this is the front of the card. The back of the card. Alright, and for accessories, Aresonal comes with his quiver and his arrows on there. They're supposed to be red-ish, but they kind of look like orange or like dark brown, orange-ish kind of color. But I like the detail on the sculpture of the quiver. It looks good. I like the design of it. I'm sure some of you are going to probably customize it, paint it a little bit just to make it pop more. Because the potential on here for customization is actually there. And it seems like it could be pretty easy to customize. And all you do is put this little hole in the back of Aresonal, and that's it. And of course, the arrows. The arrows here don't have anything on the bottom, which I actually kind of like, because the way I like about this one is when you put some pressure, it kind of sticks in there. And I actually like that. Because with the other Green Arrow one, it can kind of get loose a lot, and then sometimes it can fall, and if it's not put down all the way, it can actually tilt and then obviously lose arrows. But this design, though, I actually like it because you can, like I said, you can have it like this normal, and then when you or put a little pressure, and then like so. So something that I noticed. And of course, it comes with a red arrow. It's like an orange-ish kind of arrow. It's bright. It looks red on the camera, but it's actually kind of like orange-ish. And you can kind of pull it on here. And the sculpture design, the handle is very clean looking, not much to it. But again, you can kind of pull it a little bit, so you want to maybe pose Aresonal some way. I actually like that. You can actually pull it, not like the other one, which I'll compare it in a bit. And so this is a Beast Boy Build-A-Figure. It does come with Beast Boy parts. This comes with 2 legs. I won't show too much, talk about it too much, because I will be doing an overview of Beast Boy by himself, but it comes with 2 legs with Aresonal. Now this is probably going to fall. Oops, it almost dropped it. For Nightwing, it comes with no nightsticks, which a lot of people online are upset, which I understand. I'm kind of with you, but I'll show you an alternative. But it comes with this upper torso. Actually, the whole torso of Beast Boy is pretty heavy, which I like. And I don't know, my microphone can pick it up, but you can actually feel it's not actually hollow. And I won't say too much about it, talk about it too much, because again, I have to build it. But there you go. It comes with the torso for Beast Boy with Nightwing. Alright, now let's take a look at Nightwing first. He's the closest to me. And right away, I gotta say, this head sculpture, I really dig the head sculpture. The small little grin on his face looks good. The painted white eyes, I'm a sucker for the white eyes. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a sucker for white eyes. The hairstyle, I like it. I like that the hair is in front of him. It's actually on his face. It gives it an extra look to it. But that grin, very clean looking grin. Something that Nightwing would actually do, willing to do in the comics, was a nice little grin on there. But in terms of the paint, very clean looking. Got the painted lips, very clean, not much to it. I noticed the Nightwing is a little, well, you can just see right there. Just look at that right eye. It's not straight. It is a bit down. It's kind of unfortunate that the eye, if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So if you are going to get this figure, definitely want to take a look and make sure your Nightwing doesn't have this kind of eyes. I mean, I'm holding it straight, and you guys can see the eye, the right eye. It's unfortunate, but I might contact McFarlane. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. So that is unfortunate. Head articulation, left to right's good. Up, down. Up, down, it's fine. It's good. Left to right is really, really good. But the paint job is, I gotta say, I like the paint job. I think the paint job looks good. Very clean looking. Sculpture design, I dig it. The hair's color, it's black with a little bit of like dark blues on there. You can definitely see it a lot more, the blue in the back. But overall, good articulation on it. Sculpture design's good. It's clean. Paint job is good. Okay, it's good. Wow, can't talk today. Been a long day. But unfortunately, that right eye, it's just, or his left eye, it's unfortunate because it doesn't look right. So I want to see if I can kind of point it up. No, it's unfortunate. It looks like that. So it is what it is, though. Overall, the head, I dig it. Shoulder articulation, good. Bicep, good. Elbows, good. Wrist, if I can figure out which way. There you go. Good. Torso, really good. So in terms of the articulation of the upper torso, it's good. In terms of the sculpture design, it's a pretty simple Nightwing sculpture design. There's not much to it. I mean, you got that Nightwing logo, which looks really, really good, especially that color on there. But I did notice, though, the paint is not matching on the other parts. So this definitely looks like a solid, like blue, like a light blue. This kind of has that paint on the shoulder. And unfortunately, some of the paint is chipping. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Look, see that right there. So you can see the black underneath there. But it doesn't match on here. And the camera, it kind of looks like it does, but it actually doesn't in person. This looks like a light blue. This looks like a lighter blue, which is unfortunate. But same thing here on the bicep and then on the wrist as well too, and the forearm, which this is like a light blue. This is like a lighter-ish blue, which is unfortunate because it's a really good-looking Nightwing. But there you go, just showing you how it looks straight. There you go. It kind of all lines up perfectly, but I noticed the paint though, especially on the torso, it's just kind of, you can see that right there. It's just, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is though. It does come with fists, and that's a big thing with a lot of people because even in the card, if I can find it, the card has him showing batons, right? But yet, or his nightsticks, however you want to call it, here he has fist, which is, I don't know. I don't blame me. Don't blame me. But overall, though, it's a good-looking sculpture design. Very clean-looking, as I mentioned. Nightwing. This is a Nightwing costume, so usually they're very plain, clean-looking. You got the black on there. Then sculpture design, you can see it's very muscle-toned, very lean. Very, very muscle-toned. Look at that. Then you got the Nightwing logo on the back as well, too. So overall, though, the upper body, I dig it. I think it's a good, clean-looking Nightwing, man, and I'm really digging it. Leg articulation, good. Knees, it's a little stiff, but good. Ankles, good. Toes, ooh, good. So in terms of the leg articulation, they're always good with McFarlane. In terms of the sculpture design, they're very, very basic. Again, that's how a Nightwing looks like. Even like the other ones too. Pretty much clean looking legs. Just very muscle toned. But the feet on here have a blue outline, which I like. Very subtle, but everything else is black. It's a very clean looking. He definitely has some glutes. Clean looking Nightwing in terms of the legs, though. And you got a little bit of sculpture design on the cross right here. Not a whole lot of big of a difference, but it looks alright. It looks cool. There you go. So overall, though, what I would think about Nightwing itself, I think it's a good looking Nightwing, man. Nightwing by itself, it looks good. Very clean looking. Head articulation is good. Actually, the articulation entire body is really good. The paint job is good. Unfortunately, the eyes on mine, I say on mine because I don't know if it's going to be someone else's, but on mine, it does have that lazy-ish eye. Not to be mean or anything like that for those of you, you know what I mean. Not to be offending anyone, but it does have that, so it kind of looks off a little bit. It's not bad, it's just kind of, So, it is what it is, though. But overall, though, I think it's a good-looking Nightwing. Now, there are some cons to it, per se. I wish it came with batons to kind of match the art. You know, I wish it had came like this. It would have been really, really cool. But unfortunately, it doesn't, though. But of course, the main question is it worth it? Should we go out and get this figure? That's tough, because on the one hand, I want to say, not really, because you can get other ones as well, too. Like, you can use this Nightwing on there that came from the Amazon Family Pack one. And you'll be perfectly fine. The only thing you'll need is just this head sculpture, but you do need it for Beast Boy. So regardless of that, Is it worth the purchase price? Personally, I would say for Nightwing, I would say maybe wait for a sale. Don't get me wrong, I like the figure. I think the figure looks good, very clean. That's how Nightwing looks. But just, it's missing stuff. Yes, I know it comes with the torso, which is the biggest piece of the Beast Boy. But for $25, at least come with just a little something extra. And unfortunately, it didn't come with anything else. It's just, this is it. And it's not bad as just a missed opportunity. So I like the figure, so I'll give the figure a thumbs up. I like the figure, thumbs up. But in terms of is it worth the price, personally, I would say maybe wait for a sale for maybe like $20. I think this might go for $20. I've seen it. I think not long ago, Target had it for sale for 20. This whole entire set, each. That's pretty good deals. And I think for $20, I think it's a fair price for it. I think for 25, I just don't, because it doesn't come with accessories. And I know I'm being nitpicky, but just cool looking sculpture. And I like the figure, but for $25, I would say maybe wait for this Nightwing though. Maybe wait. Yeah, just to be safe, just wait a little bit. So to me, I think for $20, I think it's a probably better deal. But for 25, if sure, it's one of those figures like yes and no ish. But regardless, so I like the figure. So to me, I give Nightwing a thumbs up. Now let's take a look at Aresonal. Brand new figure McFarlane made. It's called Aresonal. So let's take a look at Aresonal. Head sculpture. I really dig it. You got the big old glass on there, which look cool. You got a little bit of hair design on there too. He has a cap, which I actually like it because it has that kind of look of like denim, if that makes any sense, which I really, really like. And then you have here the little clips on here of the hat. Head articulation, left and right is good. Up, down, good. Sculpture design, good. I really dig, especially the glasses. The paint job itself, it's a good looking head sculpture. The paint's very simple. I wish there was more paint to maybe on the cheek because it's a little plain. It's a little plain on the cheek, especially on the face because it's all like one solid color. I wish maybe McFarlane added a little bit more color to it just to kind of give it more look. But nonetheless, so I head sculpture, I dig it, man. I think it's a good looking head sculpture for Aresonal. Very cool ish looking kind of head sculpture, if that makes any sense. So overall, I'm digging it. Shoulder articulation, good. Bicep, good. Elbows, oh, good. Wrist, if I can figure out how they articulate. And let's articulate. Oh. There you go. Wrist, good. Then torso, good. So overall, in terms of the upper body, their torso, upper body articulation is good. In terms of the sculpture design, this is where it gets really, really interesting. A little weird in some parts, but I think this is a cool looking Aresonal. So much going on with it. We'll start with his left hand. You got the little tattoo on there. Very subtle, but I like how it's green and it just looks really, really cool. And it just grabs your attention. And I dig it. The arm, in terms of sculpture design, just very muscle toned. Then you got here on the wrist. You got a little, I don't know what you call it, but I know people wear it for like archery. I don't know what it's called, but it has that. But it has a kind of like a leather look, stitching look to it. You guys can see that right there, which I like. Very subtle, but it looks good. And then on the other side, you got another tattoo that says Poison. And again, I like how it's bright green. Even from a distance, you can see that tattoo. And then you got the elbow piece right here, because this one has nothing on the elbow. This one does have that leather look to it. If that makes any sense. Right here, like, and the same thing on the other side. It has this kind of, I don't know what you would call it. Maybe like a wrist glove or protector. I don't know, for archery. But there you go. And it has that look. Then you got the torso, which, let's be honest, a lot of people have been making fun of it. And I have to agree with a lot of people. It does look like a sports bra. Not hating on it, just it didn't come out cool. It just looks like a sports bra. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But I like the sculpture design. I do like the detail on here. It has that kind of very texture, like similar to the Green Lantern one. Then you got more of this texture right here on the side, which looks really, really cool. There is a lot of browns to it. I wish this was maybe a different color, but it is what it is, though. And I dig it, man. I dig the upper body. The upper body looks good. Yes, I know it looks like a sports bra. I know. When I first saw that meme, I was like, oh, I can never unsee it. But it is what it is, though. And overall, though, I gotta say, the upper body, it looks good, man. It's a lot going on, but it looks really, really cool, man. And I think McFarlane did a really good job with Aresonal. So to me, Aresonal, upper body, I'm digging it. The belt, I really, really like the belt. The belt's very, very cool, very detailed. The paint job is similar to the others, just very brown. And I've said it before, I say it again. When it comes to belt, I like it when it's separated. It looks really good, and when you have lighting on it, it looks very defined. And this one is a perfect example of that. Look at this. Not only are they all separated, right? But also too, they're different kind of sculpture design, which is magnificent because it gives that figure a lot of look to it and just grabs your attention. When you start looking at that belt, you're wondering, okay, how does this look like over here? You see that? All the different sculpture designs, very subtle, but it looks really, really good. So the belt, fantastic. I wish there was a bit more paint. I'm sure I can probably customize it, paint a little bit like silver on there or something like that to make it pop more. But overall, the belt looks fantastic. Leg articulation, good. Knees, oh, good. Ankles, good. Toes, good. So leg articulation, it's good as always. In terms of the sculpture design, I really dig it. It has that leather look to it, similar to here, definitely present on here, but it has that glossy leather. So there's that. Then you got more pockets on here, and I like how it's actually orange, but it's more like a matte orange, so it doesn't kind of blend in. It actually stands out even from a distance because you got that shiny, glossy leather, but then you have that matte on their orange. Then you got the knee pads on here. The knee pads actually have a little bit of sculpture design, but it definitely has a texture. And then you got the legs on there. The legs just has that kind of leather look to it, but it looks really, really cool, man. So here's the other side of it too. You got another pocket on there too, and you got the little texture right there. And then the inner thighs have that same kind of look up in the upper body, also present on the legs. It looks good, man. It looks really, really, really good. I really, really dig it, man. I dig this figure. So, of course, is this worth your purchase? Heck yeah, I really dig it. I'm putting him in a stand, sorry. I really dig this figure. I think this figure looks good. I'm glad they finally made Aresonal, not only to add more figures to DC Multiverse from the Titans, but also add more variety. We have Green Arrow. Now we have Aresonal. We need Red Arrow, Speedy. So, we need more. So, having this character on here in DC Multiverse, I think it looks good. Articulation is good. Sculpture design looks cool. Yes, the sports bra can be, for some, it bothers some, but for me, I dig it though. So overall, the figure itself, I give it a thumbs up. It comes with a lot of accessories. Not a lot, but it comes with accessories, a bow and arrow. It actually comes with Beast Boy parts. And for $25, a new figure with a DC Multiverse, come on. Like, I think for $25, I think it's a good price for it. And like I said, Aresonal, thumbs up for me, both in the price and, of course, for the figure design. Here we have Nightwing from the Bat Family Gold Label Amazon exclusive figure. And, of course, the Nightwing from the Titans wave, Beast Boy wave. They both look good, very similar in terms of sculpture design. There are some subtle differences, obviously. But they both look good. This one is a lot taller. Well, not a lot, but he's definitely taller. And in terms of the colors, and like the blue-wise, this one's a lot lighter in terms of blue. The blue on this figure is similar to the arm blue, if that makes any sense. So if you have this figure and you want to know like what I'm referring to in terms of the colors of the arms and the Nightwing logo, have this figure. This blue is present on the arms. This has a little bit darker. So there's that. But just showing you how these two look side by side. And I have seen people replace or remove the handles from, I want to say it's the other one, which I'll show you in a bit. But anyway, so you can probably remove the hand on this one, put it on here. That way you can put the baton like this. So, but nonetheless, just showing you how Nightwing looks compared to Nightwing. Here we have another Nightwing figure. This is Nightwing from the Gotham Knights video game wave. Yeah, I believe it's video game. Yeah, yes, it is. It's a video game wave. And of course, regular Nightwing. He is taller as well too. Definitely more beefier. And the way McFarlane designed this one, I think it's a bit of a flaw, which I'll show you guys in a bit when you kind of have it side by side. But this one, Nightwing, it's a really good looking Nightwing. It's a lot of detail on it in terms of the sculpture design. Just that the torso is a big problem, especially for me. It is. So I'll show you in a bit. Right there, it kind of looks like it's a beer belly. It's nothing bad or anything, but just once you unsee it, you can't really unsee it. Well, I know for me I can't, but it looks like a beer belly from the side. But nonetheless, just showing you how these two look side by side. Here we have Nightwing. This is Nightwing Affected, I believe. I don't remember what storyline. And another Nightwing. They both look good. This one is taller as well too. Now I have seen people take out the hands on this one, put it on here. That's what I was told people are doing to kind of give them batons. Don't quote me on that, nor am I responsible if you do that if it doesn't fit or breaks. Just telling you what I've seen online and read online. So there's that. Really cool looking Nightwing figure. I like the red on there. It looks really good. But just showing you how these two look side by side. And yes, the infected Nightwing is taller. Not a whole lot, but he is taller. But again, just showing you how these two look side by side. Here we have Nightwing and, of course, Robin of Dick Grayson when he was just a child. Just showing you these two because why not? They're both the same but same character. Just one era and another era. Both look cool, but this Robin, very small. You can really see. But nonetheless, so just showing you how Dick Grayson looks compared to teenager young Dick Grayson. Here we have Green Arrow from the Injustice 2 wave. This is from the Page Punchers one. And, of course, Aresonal. Both look good. Very sculpture design. Of course, the Injustice 2 one. The skins on there, they're just fantastic. There's so much going on. If you would ask me which I prefer, I'm going to go for the Green Arrow one. I like the sculpture design, the paint. Don't get me wrong, I like this one. I like this one a lot. But just something about this one just grabs your attention. It just looks really cool. But nonetheless, so just showing you these two side by side, having two different arrows. And again, they both look good, but I would prefer, in my honest opinion, I'm going to go for the Injustice 2 Green Arrow. Here we have Red Hood from the Bat Family 5-pack Amazon exclusive one, and of course, Aresonal. I'm bringing Red Hood because of the comic book, The Outlaws. I believe it's called Red Hood and the Outlaws, if I remember correctly, of the comic. Really fun, New 52 era of Red Hood and the Outlaws. Really fun, simple story, but it's just a lot of action. But here you go, just showing you how these two look side by side. So if you have a Red Hood one, if you want to put it next to an Aresonal, well, there you go. Here we have another Red Hood character or figure. This is from the the Gotham Knight wave. And of course, Aresonal. I said before with the other Red Hood, I'll say it again. I want to bring this Red Hood because of the comic book, the Red Hood and the Outlaws. But just showing you how these two look side by side and a lot of detail on it. I think these two work well together side by side. The other one, it looks good, it's fine. But I think having these two side by side, I think it works a lot better on here. I don't know why. It just looks like if you would put them posing them like on your display, having this particular Red Hood and this one, this Red Hood and Aresonal, I think this looks a lot better. Like, it just flows right. Well, it does for me. Nonetheless, so just showing you how these two look side by side. And definitely Red Hood does bench press. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with these figures? Plan to purchase these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Nightwing and Aresonal from the Titans Beast Boy Build-A-Figure Wave. This is part 1. I'll be making a part 2 where I include Raven and Donna Troy. And on to the next one.